Now, Shakur's Plateau
there we go.
is actually a really good map for PvP because it's just more. It gives such a strong defender's advantage compared to other maps. You can hit from the high ground to the natural really easily, and at the same time, there's just multiple styles that can be played on it. Back in the day when Phoenixes were first making an appearance and everyone was enamored by the idea you can go Phoenixes, people used to go like crazy expand. I know Axe5 went for like 1 gate Forge Phoenix expand with cannon defense, and there's almost nothing you can do to break it. But of course, things like Forge, with Robo, 4 gate, and War Prism stuff threw kind of a wrench into things if you can time it out correctly. But now it's like a year later, and Shakur's is still in the map pool. How do you feel about this? Because you've been playing PvP nonstop.
Again, there's a lot of different styles that you can go. I think actually the builds turn out to be a lot more important in this particular matchup than other maps. Rather, okay, the builds turn out to be a lot more important in this map than other maps. The main reason is just exactly that. There's a lot of ways to get build order countered. As you said, there's a lot of different builds that you can do that are able to defend against a subset of builds. And if you can place your opponent on this subset of builds, then yes, you can play very accurately. But if they stray out of that, it's very easily hard countered. You said it perfectly. Going for the Forge Fast Expand Starport. Well, there's a lot of different builds that are like that require taking a very fast expansion. You know, a lot of builds actually rely on sentries to hold you off and keep your expansion safe. So we could definitely see that. But, you know, assumptions will have to be taken if they choose to do that style.
And TT1, I've seen him play a lot of PvP, especially because I was watching him play against Rotterdam, and he's capable of multiple strategies. In fact, I think on Shakur's Plateau, he went for like a fast Colossus push off one base, if I remember correctly. And it was one of those things where it was actually just one Colossus. He didn't wait for Thermal Lance or anything. And it was just like before Rotterdam was able to get like a good number of Blink Stalkers or anything else like that. So the idea is TT1 has different strategies available. Now he is going for Zealot Stalker, similar to he did in game at #1. And last time he did this, he went for a 4-gate Robo, but he has 3 gates really quickly at this point. What do you think about the development abilities you have so far?
Now, I want to say something really quickly. He is showing the 3 gateways. It's not just 3 gateways, he's showing the 3 gateways.
Oh, you're right.
And TT1 knows that his opponent knows. So I think TT1 will actually go for an expansion directly after this. This is the type of mind games that he's trying to do. He does put down the second similar, so maybe he does go for 3 gate, but I'm not sure just yet. Maybe he's saying, okay, my opponent has the gas advantage, so I need to be sure that I can defend against a lot of different all-ins. And I have that gas flexibility, whether it be sentries, whether it be stalkers, I can do something about it. So I think, yeah, TT1 will set up for an expansion, man.
Oh, if that's exactly what happens, you're so smart, Andre.
That would be so cool.
But we see, yeah, because TT1's still probing up as if nothing ever happened. We see 3 stalkers out for HwangSin, trying to see if he can shut down any options. And looks like TT1, actually, TT1 didn't scout his opponent. He still thinks his opponent might be in the bottom right. And that's actually not that good news for HwangSin, as he might lose the Stalker. But nonetheless, TT1 still sees 3 Stalkers out for HwangSin, so he knows exactly what build he did.
Yes. And TT1, oh, wow, he's not going to chase that. Oh, very nicely done. Just put the pylon up there to relinquish control of those Stalkers over the Zealot, and the Zealot will live scot-free. As you can see, HwangSin sees everything with this one probe. But yes, it was 3-gate Robo. It is interesting that he showed his opponent. Okay, so he's faking out a 4-gate. That could be seen as a potential 4-gate. That's why HwangSin has gone for 2 sentries. So the damage was actually incurred. HwangSin goes for 2 sentries when he doesn't need to, because his opponent is going for a robotics facility. But still, I mean, to be safe, HwangSin has no clue what his opponent is doing. There's a huge spectrum of things that he could be doing. So I think he's just saying, let me get 2 sentries just in case, because I am taking a fast expansion. And again, HwangSin is doing a build that defends against some builds, certain builds, but not all builds. If there was something like, I would say, a fast robotics facility with drop, that would do a lot of damage against this style.
Like the Immortal drops.
Immortal drop, or even just regular gateway unit drop, like first game.
Well, HwangSin scouts and he sees no expansion. In fact, he sees the Immortal out, so he says, okay, well, TT1 went regular gateways. Now, the reason why 2 sentries is really key right now for HwangSin because it takes 2 force fields to block off that ramp. And it's going to be really key for HwangSin to hold it off, especially because he's going for an expansion. Robotics Bay finishing up for TT1. You can see HwangSin, I love how active he is with his Stalkers, really trying to make sure that TT1, if he catches any sign of aggression, he's going to have to fall back. But TT1, if he gets the drop here with Warp Prism speed, I'd be really happy because HwangSin, the hardest thing is covering all bases on Shakuras because the main is relatively large. And especially with Warp Prisms can pop in and out from the side, it would be really good.
Yeah, but as it stands, Colossus, I don't know if HwangSin has a reply to that.
Oh, yeah,
it's a very difficult situation for him right now. The 2 sentries that he made actually goes to hurt him in the long run. It's because it delayed his tech quite a bit. This is 200 gas where he needed to be teching at that point. So I do want to say that I think HwangSin might be behind right here. He needs a great flank, but he needs to see this coming. And he has no indicator to know that it is a 1-base Colossus. For all he knows, it could still be an expansion. Now finally he's going to check it out to see if it is a Nexus. Now he sees it's a 1-base all-in, and he needs to scramble. I don't know what he's going to do from here. He still needs to defend against a ton of different builds. It could still be some sort of air build. It could be some sort of Colossus build, Immortal build, drop build, Dark Templar,
well, he
Archon
sees a Colossus.
Oh, there it
now.
is.
And
Okay.
we were talking earlier about what does TT1 like to do. He does a 1-base Colossus push without thermal lance, without anything. So this is exactly what TT1 has been playing the entire time. And you can see HwangSin is trying to meet him out in the middle of the map.
Well, he wants to get a flank. That's what he's looking to do. So if he can do that, he'll be obviously very efficient. He needs to make sure that this Colossus doesn't get beautiful position. And attacking up here where there's force fields, not too good.
It's going to be tough, but HwangSin has a pretty good spread of units. TT1, he's moving out with his Stalkers first. The Guardian Shield goes up. The Colossus trying to run back here, but there are a lot of Zealots here from TT1. He's going to fall back and wait for his Pylon to finish. Maybe he can have the Warp in to aid him in that regard. But TT1, when he finally engages, this is looking pretty fierce. But look at the spread from HwangSin.
But another Colossus is inbound, and this is a lot of units pumping out of here. He doesn't have the good surround like he did before with Stalkers coming in from all the way in the bottom side. We'll see if his micro is up to the challenge. There are still a ton of force fields for TT1. He's going to segment one of the sides, drawing back some units. Does he have thermal lance? No, he doesn't. Okay, so 6-range Colossus maybe isn't so good. It looks like HwangSin isn't even mining from his natural, by the way.
But the big thing is that HwangSin doesn't, I mean, there's force fields here. He has no way to really deal with it. And if you can really section off the units, ooh, a very nice job there. Half the units, no, 3 of the Immortals are not going to be able to really get into the fight here. Now, TT1, he might have to scale back on it, but look at that. The force field trapping a lot of the units. The Colossus are free to attack without being inhibited. The Zell is doing a perfect job tanking, and TT1 is going to press forward here in hot pursuit. The Immortals need to escape, and they're running up the ramp here, but there are so many Zealots that need to be taken care of. There it is, GG. TT1 takes game number 3, cementing his position in Division 4-1. Payam Toyam, well done. Well done.
You know, it's interesting. HwangSin actually told me he was so nervous in all of his NASL matches that he went skydiving to get rid of his nerves.
Really?
Yes. No, bungee jumping. Bungee jumping.
Okay, that's still really scary, man.
That's still very scary.
That's actually even scarier because you go really close to the ground.
And he said, I am looking so good. I feel good, and I'm going to take it. Well, unfortunately, TT1 is he's that police officer that says no. Stop.
Yeah, he actually just cut the bungee cord off.
I hope we do not go into an interview with TT1 after this.
Looks like we have TT1 interview prepared.
He's going to kill me. He's going to kill me.
TT1, he's got his scissors out, and he cut the bungee cord from HwangSin as he went face first into the river. We want to thank our sponsors, Epson, for providing the projectors for NASL Season 3. Thank you so much for making it possible. Don't go anywhere. We have an interview with TT1, the winner of that previous series. Don't go too far. We'll be back in just a second.
Payam, please, don't kill me. Don't kill me. I'm hiding.
Hey, this is Idris, and you're watching Season 3 of the NASL.